We do know that spy agencies in the U.S. have been engaged in false flag cyber attacks. This is common knowledge. We know about the Stuxnet virus. We also know from Aaron Swartz, before he was suicided as he was fighting CISPA, he said they're using cyber threats as an excuse to try to enact CISPA, which was going to be total control of the internet. And he said most of the cyber threats have been funded as well as originated from the U.S. NSA. Washington's blog points out that we've warned since 2009 that the government could be launching cyber false flag attacks in order to justify a crackdown on the internet and discredit web activists. That's exactly what Aaron Swartz had said. In another document taken from the NSA by Snowden and obtained by NBC News, an official said the unit's mission included computer network attacks. And he mentioned that among the methods listed in the document were jamming phones, computers, and email accounts, and this is the key point, masquerading as an enemy in a false flag operation. Yes, they still do that. They didn't stop doing that in 1962 when they planned Operation Northwoods. That was when they were going to fly remote control passenger airliners into buildings and blame it on terrorists so that they could attack Cuba, not Iraq, not Afghanistan. The tactics remain the same. They're still engaged in false flag attacks. Now, look at this story from Politico that was on the Drudge Report today. They're pointing out that technology's biggest players are now hiring their first NSA lobbyists. This is Apple, Google, Facebook, and 5 other technology giants have banded together in their calls for surveillance reform, and they've now officially registered a Washington lobbyist on Thursday. That would be today. Now, of course, they're trying to pull back and save face because people all over the world, not just in America, but especially in Europe, are concerned that corporate information is being turned over to the NSA and to American corporations. They're concerned that the NSA is engaged not just in political spying, but in corporate spying. And of course, nobody wants all of their information read by the NSA, especially in other countries. So they're trying to save face. They're creating this lobbying group. But does it really matter? If Congress passes these laws, is the NSA going to pay any attention to it? The Congress is not informed by the NSA of what they're doing. The NSA doesn't pay any attention to the laws. If they do talk to Congress, they just lie to them, as James Clapper did. So maybe what these tech giants ought to do is just go directly to the NSA and start bribing them, because apparently Congress and the laws and the Constitution are totally irrelevant to the NSA. Now, in other internet news, Facebook is deploying robots to save Blu-ray from extinction. This is according to Wired magazine. But it's not so much, they talk about the technical issues and how Blu-ray is falling out of popularity, and now it's going to be made popular again because they're going to use it to use long-term data storage. But there's something else that's very interesting in this article. They point out, and here's a quote from the article, those 1 billion users of Facebook generate increasingly enormous amounts of data, an endless stream of status posts, likes, comments, photos, and videos, and the team of engineers working under Facebook are always looking for ways to more efficiently store all this digital information, and it will use Blu-ray discs to store rarely used data that it's legally required to keep. With the legal stuff, you don't care about retrieval time, they said. You just want to have it there when someone asks for it. That's right, they're going to store everything. When they talk about all the data, that's your photos, your posts, everything they're going to save there for law enforcement. Because the only thing that goes down the memory hole is the government's information. Your information, they want to keep forever. And if they don't store it at their Utah data center, they're going to require Facebook and other companies to keep it there indefinitely. That's why they're taking it off of their servers and putting it on disks for indefinite retention.
My friends, Alex Jones here to tell you about some of the most important information concerning you and your family's health. Radiation levels have more than doubled in the last 60 years in the Northern Hemisphere from all of the nuclear testing and radiological accidents. Radioactive contamination is now in most of the food supply. There's only 2 ways to avoid this. Move south of the equator or properly protect your thyroid with nascent iodine. Looking to protect my family, I've done deep research. Nascent iodine is the pure purest, cleanest, absolute best form of iodine to protect yourself and your family. It's made right here in the USA, completely non-GMO. I searched out the best quality and now have developed a double-strength form of nascent iodine, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Nascent iodine is on record as one of the only safe ways to detox from fluoride poisoning. Survival Shield Nascent Iodine. Secure your super high-quality nascent iodine today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.